10 most evil villains in history that lived like kings. Although villains are uncommon these days, it wasn't very long ago that evil dictators were all too common, and thankfully there have been only a few of them. Some arrived in the world as multimillionaires who hoarded their wealth while their people struggled with hunger and poverty. In this video, we'll cover the 10 individuals that have been considered the evilest villains in history that lived like kings. Join us at Money Buys Happiness as we take a look at these 10 powerful individuals and how their actions have made them some of the most despised people to ever live. So let's get started. Number 10. H. Holmes, net worth $5 million. On the list, only one person is not a dictator. H. Holmes was the first individual to be convicted of serial murder. The multimillionaire ran several businesses and a hotel in which his victims were murdered. He was found guilty of 27 confirmed murders, but he was also accused of being responsible for closer to 200 additional deaths. Number 9. Joseph Stalin, net worth $75 million. Stalin, the Russian dictator who ruled until 1952, rose to power as a member of the Bolshevik Revolution and eliminated anyone who got in his path or threatened his ability and power, resulting in millions of deaths. He was able to live a comfy lifestyle. One of his favorite sayings was, "Mankind is divided into rich and poor, with poverty owners exploiting those who are less fortunate." Number 8. Adolf Hitler, net worth $800 million. Many people regard him as the most diabolical individual in history, but if we examine his death toll, he falls far behind some of the individuals listed here. The millions who perished during Hitler's meticulously conceived plan, known as the Third Reich, are testimony to his depravity. He began getting his money by releasing Mein Kampf, which later became a requirement in Germany. He amassed a huge number of properties, vehicles, and very valuable antiques by leveraging his power. Number 7. Mao Zedong, net worth $1 billion. Mao Zedong, the Chinese Communist Party's chairman who had an extremely distorted vision of how things should be done in his country, was largely responsible for the starvation and work deaths of up to 70 million Chinese people. Mao Zedong was primarily responsible for the starvation and working deaths of up to 70 million Chinese citizens, which he used to build his personal fortune and propel China to world superpower status. Number 6. Bashar al-Assad, net worth $1.5 billion. Bashar al-Assad is a Syrian dictator who has ruled the country since 2000 when he succeeded his father. Bashar and his family have ruled Syria for more than 40 years. While the nation is now in a state of civil war and corruption grows, yet he lives comfortably with his money stashed away in Russia and Switzerland. Number 5. Saddam Hussein, net worth $2 billion. His net worth was $2 billion by the time he was deposed in 2003. Hussein's luxury bills were connected to palaces he called homes in Iraq, once thought of as the person who would help Iraq become a wealthy nation. He was able to corrupt the country's politics for personal gain. He was tried and convicted of crimes against humanity, whereupon he was hanged to death as a penalty. Number 4. Kim Jong-il, net worth $5 billion. Kim Jong-il, the supreme leader of North Korea, was no less cruel than his son and current leader Kim Jong-un. While widespread famine plagued most of North Korea under Kim Jong-il's rule, he attempted to conceal them. He created the illusion that North Korea was a wealthy country, which no one took at face value. With a budget of over $300 million just for luxury items, such as Kanye caviar and luxury automobiles, he became interested in the finer things in life. Number 3. Leopold II, net worth $60 million. Leopold II was the ruler of Belgium from 1865 to 1909 and ruled for 44 years. He maintained power through coercion rather than treating his people fairly or the inhabitants of Congo. Leopold ordered that Khan be set free to meet the demands of the Congolese people. However, corruption swiftly spread through the territory due to Leopold and his mercenary troops, resulting in him making a lot of money exploiting those living there. Number 2. Muammar Gaddafi, net worth $200 billion. He was born on February 14, 1942 in Sirte, Libya. He rose to the top ranks of power in his country before being toppled during the Libyan civil war in 2011. Gaddafi's money was well known while he was still alive, even if no one knew how much it was. It turns out that Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was the world's richest individual with over $200 billion in assets. He also owned properties in London and Italy, as well as a huge bank account in Dubai. These people's actions are inexcusable, and it is reprehensible that they use their power to enrich themselves while their people suffer. How do you feel about the barbaric ways that these people use to gain their wealth? Let us know by leaving a comment down below. Also, if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and if you want more videos like this one, hit that subscribe button. Speaking of stories about evil people who lived like kings, we still have one item on the list. This person, though, is a little bit different than the ones that we have mentioned in this video. Now, see it for yourself as we continue. So who is at number 1? It's none other than Nicholas II. Net worth, $300 billion. Nicholas II was the last Tsar of Russia. While the rest of his country wanted to develop, Nicholas II loved ruling in an outdated way because it suited his lifestyle better. He spent most of his time at elitist gatherings and left the nation to manage itself. He didn't want to rule over people in the first place. He just liked the perks and comforts that came with being a Tsar, even if it meant millions of people would go hungry or be unemployed. While many of history's most evil villains were content with living in poverty, a select few had immense wealth that they used to support their cruel regimes. Whether it was through stealing from the people or earning money through corrupt means, these dictators and tyrants all enjoyed lives of luxury while their citizens suffered. While some may have been brought down by revolutions or military coups, others still live at large. And that concludes our video for today. Thank you for spending the time with us. Still up for another one? Check out our other videos then, or see you in the next one that we upload. Goodbye.